thing Ron wouldn't know about. Like, I haven't grown up in the wizarding world that, like, werewolves, like, I don't know, don't, are only in wolf form for one night a month.
Yeah, no, it does seem strange that this would be something. And the thing, I found in that same thing, is it not the exact same question that Draco asks when they're going in?
It is, and so I looked up, because I was like, I also brought this up last time as well, and so just as a reminder of why people are concerned about werewolves in the forest, and is there a threat? And the answer is there are quote unquote werewolves in the forest, but no, there is not a threat. So the way it works is, and I'm just going to read this straight from the Pottermore article. Okay. One curious feature of the condition is that if two werewolves meet and mate at the full moon, a highly unlikely contingency which is known to have occurred only twice, the result of the mating will be wolf cubs, which resemble true wolves in everything except their abnormally high intelligence. They are not more aggressive than normal wolves and do not single out humans for attack. Such a litter was once set free under conditions of extreme secrecy in the Forbidden Forest at Hogwarts, with the contribution of Albus Dumbledore. The cubs grew to beautiful and unusually intelligent wolves, and some of them live there still to give rise to stories about werewolves in the forest. None of the teachers or gamekeeper have done much to dispel this because keeping students out of the forest is, in their view, highly desirable.
Interesting. Right. Interesting. Okay, so this is my mind is jumping around. Obviously, like we've got like the Romulus and Remus reference already being used in the series in the form of Remus's name.
Yeah.
The people raised by wolves, the boys raised by wolves.
Yeah, the founders of Rogue. Yeah.
So one of the things I think is kind of interesting about that though is I inside of this chapter in particular am extremely curious. And I'm jumping ahead a bit, but what enables the Weasleys flying Ford Anglia to like sort of take on this like magical life of its own, to the tune of like it like for all intents and purposes is an inanimate object that has a unique ability to fly, but like it doesn't really suggest any major reason why it would have like started to its own sentience,
right?
If you will,
yeah.
Especially in the capacity where it was like come charging in to protect Harry Ron.
Yeah, it seems to have some sort of loyalty still to like Ron as its former owner.
Right. So it feels like a reach, but I don't know if it's really that close. But like in a way, I'm like, was the Ford Anglia like taken under the wing by a couple of wolves? Like werewolf homes,
right?
Where it was like like raised and taught like a similar form of to its former master or something like that.
Oh, that's I don't know because we never see any of these wolves in the forest. Like should have.
It does feel like because it seems like on that basis, it almost feels like it's being described as part of werewolf movement and having it's almost like a kind of noble.
It reminds me of like the dire wolves in Game of Thrones, almost.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Larger, bigger, smarter,
not aggressive. Well, potentially aggressive, but not targeted at humans.
Right. But it also extreme loyalty to them.
Yeah.
So, I can see that too. Anyway, I mean, this is like something that I think we could probably make a whole video about, and I don't have an answer to as I'm speaking out loud. But the Ford Anglia is like what. That sentience is something that I think needs further explanation.
It does. It just sort of seems like it's like how much magic did Mr. Weasley put in that thing?
I know, yeah. Some serious like blood, sweat, and tears.
I know. Because like it basically has like a mind of its own. You know? Yeah. Well, apparently not even running on gas or anything now. Just running on magic. Just running on magic. It's a wild card out there.
Right.
Yeah. All right. Well, here we go. This is a quick reminder too that like as they're going in there, like Ron's never been into the Forbidden Forest. That's like one of those so easy to miss things because. Like in their first year, it's just Harry, Hermione, Neville, and Draco who get sent into the forest, and it's like, oh yeah, Ron wasn't there.
I know that it's like one of those baffling like realizations. Like when after it's been a minute since you like read the books, it's sort of like, wait, what was I there for? Like why would he have not gotten in trouble when they got in trouble?
Right.
Like how could he, for plot reasons, not be needed?
Because Norbert bit his hand and he was stuck in the hospital wing, so Harry and Hermione had to carry Norbert all the way up to the astronomy tower in one sentence. Like, oh, that was hard.
Oh, darn. thing, though, on that exact same line. So it says Ron had never been into the Forbidden Forest before. Harry had entered it only once and never do so again. And I highlighted that because, like, that's one of those moments where when you go back to Harry's entrance into the Forbidden Forest the first time, the Centaurs are being, like, really kind of, like, uptight about this particular situation based on the cast of characters that happen to be present and their ability to read signs based on the stars.
Yeah.
You know, and so they're like, Voldemort is in the forest. Harry is in the forest. Stars tell us, or Mars tells us, that, like, this is symbolic of what is supposed
to happen, yeah.
Right. So Harry's like apprehension to re-enter the forest again is almost kind of fascinating because, like, eventually it is where he will go to die.
Right.
So and that's basically what the Centaurs have slightly off is they don't think that you, like, look at so you can understand what's going to happen next Tuesday. They look at, like, the large planetary movements and know that something will happen during a span of some amount of time.
Right, like if they're off by, you know, what, 7 years, like whatever, that's a cosmic rounding error. It's like, no, but it's like, yeah, to them, it's like, oh, the odds of all of these things, like us knowing that it's going to happen and all the people being here at the same time, it's like, well, that's pretty much it.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
Let's watch it unfold.
Right.
Yeah, so anyway. Harry's apprehension, I think, is sort of like, it's like good. It's like he's got like a good gut instinct about the Forbidden Forest.
Yeah.
He could be on this.
Yeah, well, I mean, he almost died last time, he's almost going to die this time, so there you go. Meanwhile, time for Lockhart to show up. I know, everyone's favorite. Don't you people realize the dangerous fast? The culprit has been taken away. And then I just smiling up there was like, it's comforting to me that nobody is comforted by this.
I know. Yeah, I feel like, this gets like a nice little one-liner here. This, like, you know, Lockhart says that, he says who?
Yeah.
Thomas loudly. I feel like it is, like James sort of has this, like, quiet little, like comic relief that he's put on here and there. But Dean is always kind of got, like, his finger ever so slightly on the pulse. Like, it seems like Dean, he's not like a major character. He doesn't do, like, a lot of stuff out loud, like things like that. But he always seems like kind and sort of has, like, the right, you know, just kind of the thing, you know, for happening.
Yes. I love Lockhart goes on. I love his, like, disbelief that, like, they wouldn't have taken Hagrid if they weren't shirtless in, but it's sort of like you can almost see his point. You know, it's like, why aren't more people comforted by the fact that, like, they took the person who did it last time?
I know.
It's like, well, it's really because you have such faith in it, Lockhart. You know?
It's actually rather, like, Dursley-ish as well, like total faith in the establishment.
Yes, yeah, it is.
I forget the instance where it comes up, but it feels like, I think that, like, Vernon is mildly comforted by the fact that there's, like, a wizarding government.
Yes.
And he's sort of like, well, the government probably knows what they're talking about.
Yeah.
Leave it to them. The government kind of knows what
yeah, exactly. But of course, they are just especially corrupt in the wizarding world.
Right.
I love the next sentence. It says, I flatter myself I know just more about Hagrid the rest than you do, Mr. Weasley. And I highlighted, I flatter myself, and I was like, that was the actual end of that sentence. I flatter myself. Yeah.
But also, what does he know more about Hagrid than that? If anything, in this particular moment, Ron knows more about
that's what's so fun. It's like as much as you might think, like, you might, you know, you can pretty much tell Lockhart's obviously lying about everything, but like, here's just clear-cut proofs. Like, I know more about it than you do, and it's like, you literally don't. I was literally there. I know you don't know more, because I was literally there. Right, you know, but you're straight up lying. Now I know for sure. And any shadow of doubt, no, not with much. But, yeah. So, let's see. What do we have next here? Oh, it's just whether in defense of our cards, Harry passes Ron and notes, saying, let's do it tonight. Looks over and realizes Hermione's not there. Stiffens his resolve and is like, nope, you gotta do it. Yeah. But I love that. I love that it's like, it's really Hermione that gets them to face the fear of spiders.
I know, we brought this up a couple of times, and the reason I feel like it stands out to me is because, like Frank, I've said, you know, I've kind of been like Team Hermione for a long time, but like when you are coming through and she kind of like, it's like, okay, the setup for Hermione is not,
yeah,
like, it's there, they're small, but you're right, I even wrote down, like, it's definitely, yeah, it's adorable that, like, Ron is like, alright, I don't want to face the spiders, but you gotta do it something.
Yeah, gotta do it. Yep. Next up, we have Harry and Ron trying to stay up late and outpace the rest of the Gryffindors in the common room so they can sneak out. We get another little nod to Ginny, who's watching them very subdued in Hermione's usual chair. It's like, I feel like the fact that she's sitting in Hermione's usual chair makes you feel like she's upset about Hermione, whatever I guess she is. But it's like, it's as if she's upset because someone was attacked, not because she did the attacking.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I found it. A little more misdirect there. And then they sneak out. They have to dodge all of the teachers, which is like, are none of the teachers sleeping now? Like all the time?
Yeah. This is like one of those things where, like, you know, if there's like a glass door assessment of working at Hogwarts, it's like, yeah, you work long hours, late nights, you don't get a lot of sleep, high stress, constantly under attack.
Yeah.
It's like not a good place to live.
It's good. Afterwards, not even happy with the stay. You know?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Also, speaking of glass doors, though, they do manage to slide back through, or slid back the lock on the oak front door, like that. But teachers, you're patrolling the halls all night, and no one's on the front door. And you're not magically locking it?
Right.
Like, come on.
Does anybody ever the third floor floor?
Does anyone?
At bare minimum, I had to use a first year spell.
Yeah, I know. This one is just like, I'm just like, okay, right out the front door.
No big deal.
Yeah. Like there's like no other exit you guys can have taken, no other side door by the greenhouses or something, or whatever. Nope, out the front door. Totally easy. No problem at all, despite the guards. Whatever. Fine. They get to Hagrid's hut. I love that they get Fang to stop barking by feeding him the treacle coffee from Hagrid's cookie, which together.
It's like, oh my gosh, how is any normal person? If Fang can't eat it, how is any?
Oh, I know. But then, I never understand. Harry is like determined not to use the invisibility cloak sometimes. It's like, oh yeah, give us the invisibility cloak at Hagrid's table. There would be no need for it in the pitch dark forest. And I'm like, you can't possibly know that. You can't possibly know that.
Yeah, but you've got like a whole magical object with you. It's like, why would I need it this great?
It'll be dark.
It's gonna be fine. That's an interesting one too, because as far as like throwaway lines that are meant to explain something later, it's sort of like it doesn't really come up a lot. It's not like Harry ends up like losing the or anything vitally important.
Right, yeah, like you could have just had it with them and not use it. Speaking of non-important lines, as they leave, says, come on, Fang, we're going for a walk, said Harry. Patting his leg, and Fang found that halfway down the house behind them, dashed into the forest and lifted his leg against the large sycamore tree. Well, thanks for that.
You know, that's an excellent visual. However, there is also another prominent sycamore tree at one other scene in the series, and only one other scene.
Oh.
And it happens to be another Ron and Harry and Hermione adventure, and it's when they're getting ready to destroy the locket.
Wow.
I think that they set it on the stump of a sycamore tree.
Oh, did you look up some poetry?
I did, because I was sort of like, I don't want the same thing. I was like, this line is ridiculous.
Yeah. I don't need to hear about Fang peeing.
Right. But the other interesting thing as well is that if you look into the signal wood as a wandwood, it is described as a questing adventure.
Oh, it's like the start of a quest. Maybe.
It's the start of a quest, yes. Symbolic of questing.
Okay.
I would also argue Horcrux something
very questy.
Very questy, yeah. I mean, it's not like really deeply important or anything like that, nor with the information you should just or would know, but I was like, is there anything to sycamore trees? And that's the best I can do.
You know what? Good enough for me.
Okay.
Good enough for me.
Okay,
Let's see. Then they go for what feels like up to an hour-long walk into the woods. So they walk behind the spiders for 20 minutes, and then the next page it says they walked for what seemed like at least half an hour. So I can't tell if it's 30 minutes total or 50 minutes total, but man, are they deep in the woods. That would be 50 minutes in one direction at like 1 in the morning.
in the darkness.
In the darkness.
I would be terrified.
Oh my god, yeah.
I would be
Like,
super.
You are far away.
Yes.
I can imagine Hagrid doing this. How often is he visiting Aragog? Never. I've been off.
They can call it a few.
Yeah, right. Yeah, on those eyes. Oh, I guess he's blind. Let's see. But okay, so this is one of the things they sort of leave it out of the movie. Prior to getting to the clearing, they come across the car in its own clearing, And I guess what's being done here is just reminding you that the car exists, and now it's in the forest because it's about to have like its big moment.
Right, right. The thing with the car traveling through the forest, especially in such events, is it's like thin. There's the like waves of light. It's like if a car is fully lit up in the middle of a completely pitch black forest, you can see it far
Oh
away.
yeah,
It's not hiding. I mean, I guess it's rumbling around with no lights on when it's
that's sort of what I'm thinking.
okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
That don't sound
right.
I mean, this is the real question. I don't know why I'm so stuck on it. But I mean, like, what is going on with a car? Why is the car able to turn to some measure of life? Like, if we had anything, any other basis for like an inanimate object that sort of thinks for itself, says as it's a book about the diary.
Yeah, I know. Well, there's that, but it's like the car's not like a Horcrux. I mean,
Right.
unless he, I mean, maybe Mr. Weasley like literally just poured his soul into fixing it or something.
Which, I mean, on some level, I guess it makes sense because, like, we know that this is how portraits work in the wizarding world. Is that like they can be, they
That's
can,
true. Portraits are kind of like this, aren't they?
yeah, like they're sort of like quasi sentient.
Yeah, they're quasi-sentient. They're like blue, which Harry says like they're kind of like horses. Like they can tell when you're afraid.
That's a good point
Yeah.
too. Good point too. That's another one.
Vehicle.
Vehicle,
Yeah.
if you will. So I can maybe see that, like, or even like wands, you know, like from the wizard, and the wizard learns from the wand as time goes on. You know, so there's a little bit of that going on.
You know what?
What you got?
Okay. But
I'm excited.
here we go. What? I wonder if there's any like specialness to the flying Ford Anglia. Because the invisibility booster.
It has the ability to become invisible and it can fly. It's not the wolf that's training it, it's the thestral. The flying, yes, because thestrals can fly, so it can be invisible.
Yeah.
The car can fly, the car can become invisible. So like maybe the car can go in the plot. Which we know Hagrid has the only trained herd in Britain.
Yeah. But I always wonder though, like I wonder, like if this how he's getting, like we have a little theory about the night buses and so,
Yeah.
you know, it's like is the Anglia